Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Beautiful day today. It's still a little cold. Winter just doesn't want to let go for some reason. Very strange weather around here in the valley. It'll be, like beautiful blue skies, but then there'll be like a random tiny little microcell of hail and snow. It's just the craziest thing ever. Today I want to talk about thankfulness. There's a lot the Bible has to say about thankfulness. There's quite a bit I have to say about it and kind of my experiences with it and my journey through life of how to be more and more thankful. Let's see what the word has to say about it. The first verse I have here is 1 Thessalonians 5:16. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing. Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God in Christ Jesus for you. So it's God's will that we are thankful. And it is also His will that we are thankful in all circumstances, meaning bad ones. When you've been through some difficult things in life, thankfulness can be the last thing on your mind because you're thinking about, self-preservation. How are you going to get through this, survival mode? It's like, how could you have room to be thankful? Like, how could you be thankful for something bad? It doesn't make sense. It's another one of those kind of contradictions in our own worldly minds that once you do more research, you look into it a little bit deeper, you realize it's not a contradiction at all. It's actually medicine. Being thankful is the medicine, and it's a very, very potent medicine to hard times in life. The entirety of Psalm 28 is just a gold mine for thankfulness, and it shows how David was thankful even when he was going through a real rough time in his life. I won't read the entire chapter, but a key point is 28:7. The Lord is my strength and my shield. In Him my heart trusts, and I am helped. My heart exalts, and with my song I give thanks to Him. And you got to keep in mind, David's son died. If you don't know anything about David, I encourage you to read the Bible and just read his story and how his life pretty much fell apart. Granted, it was mostly due to his own failures and sin, but still, it still shows how David was a man after God's own heart and how he was still able to give thanks even when he was going through some really tough times. He was still able to give thanks even after his own son died. He was still able to thank God through the trials because he knew God's character. He knew that God can restore, God can rebuild. Even if you've made a mistake, even if you've screwed up so bad, God can still restore you. He can still forgive you. It just shows how faithful and how good God is, that He will still rebuild you. He will still restore you, everything that's been lost. All you have to do, again, is call out on Him, pray to Him, trust in Him, be patient, and thank Him for what He has done and who He is. That is a recurring theme with my videos because those are ultimate truths that will really help to get you through life. Trust me. The next verse I have is 1 Peter 1:6-7. In this you rejoice, though now for a little while, if necessary, you have been grieved by various trials, so that the tested genuineness of your faith, more precious than gold that perishes though it is tested by fire, may be found to result in praise and glory and honor at the revelation of Jesus Christ. So another reason to be thankful is, like I said in my other videos, that all these struggles and all these bad things that we go through in life can be tests. They can be trials that strengthen us. And again, it can be hard to see in the moment, but when you're going through trials and struggles, it is strengthening you. Remember, God works all things together for good for those who love Him and trust in Him and are His children. So again, it's another step of faith. Thankfulness is another act of faith. So this last verse I have here really kind of lands the plane. It really shows us the state of the world we're in now. And it couldn't be more relevant. And that is 2 Timothy 3:2. For people will be lovers of self, lovers of money, proud, arrogant, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, heartless, unappeasable, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not loving good, treacherous, reckless, swollen with conceit, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having the appearance of godliness but denying its power. avoid such people. So among all those things, you see ungratefulness. And I think we can all agree there's a lot of ungratefulness in today's world. Just spend 2 seconds on social media, TikTok, Facebook, whatever, Instagram. It's all about me. It's the generation of me. It's the generation of want, gimme, gimme, gimme. Greed and self-love. How many times have you heard love yourself? You hear it every day, everywhere. Love yourself. Forget anybody else, love yourself. And that's just not biblical. That's not right. That's not how God intends us to live as Christians at all. We're not to be lovers of self. We are not to be lovers of money. We are to love others. Love God, love your neighbor. If you take anything out of the Bible, take that. That is the purpose of life. According to the Bible, really, if you want to go bare bones, loving God and loving your neighbor. And ungratefulness does not accomplish that. And I'm here to tell you, I'm kind of living proof that if I didn't go through all those trials and all these hard, difficult times in my life, I don't think I would be as grateful, because if everything had just been handed to me and life was perfect and just great, nothing ever went wrong in life, then you kind of get a little lax. You kind of get lax in life. You kind of take things for granted. And it's real hard to be thankful for things when you kind of take everything for granted. So that is one big reason why I think it is so good to rejoice in our trials and our challenges, because it's building character, it's building thankfulness, it's building endurance and steadfastness. And now I make it a point to thank everybody I see, everybody I meet at the grocery store, at work, hiking up a trail. Anytime I can, I'm thanking people. I'm thankful for people. I'm so thankful for the smallest things that people do. And I think that's just something that has to be grown. It has to be watered, so to speak, just by doing it over and over and over. Just like I said, how patience is something that is built by being patient. Being more thankful is built by thanking more people. And if you're kind of struggling with being thankful, start small. Thank the checker at the grocery store. Thank the person that held the door open. I mean, that sounds like such a basic, common sense thing, but you would be surprised how many people I'll hold the door open for, and they just don't even, not trying to complain, but it's noticeable these days, and I feel like it's gotten a lot worse over time. Even hiking up here, I'll pass people on the trail, and they'll be coming down, I'll be going up, and I'll get off the side of the trail, and they'll just zip right on by, not even say hi, no thank you. I challenge you to thank everybody you see for even the smallest things that you take for granted. The person that holds the door open for you, the person that lets you merge in on the road, just give them a wave. I really think this world is struggling with gratefulness, and it's even more reason that it's just another reason I want to make these videos. I just want there to be an awareness, and I just want to reach out to as many people as I possibly can, especially in modern days where all these things that the Bible talks about being lovers of self and money and ungratefulness, it's so prevalent these days that I just want to encourage everyone to just be more thankful and aware of other people and your neighbor and loving your neighbor. And just put yourself in the back seat once in a while, I get it, life is hard. Sometimes you do need to prioritize yourself and better yourself. I get it. I've been there. There are times where I just need to hunker down and kind of focus on myself for a little bit, but don't stay there. Being thankful and helping others is of medicine. Serving others, being thankful and grateful for others fills your cup. And ultimately the goal is to fill our cup so much that it overflows into everyone else's cups, and we can be a light and a beacon to the rest of the world. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. It is actually starting to hail a little bit right now. You might not be able to see it, but there's a little bit of snow or something coming down. It's crazy, but I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all next time.